When you connect with a new customer, there's no reason to wait for customer service to create a Ouray account for that customer. You can do it yourself and enter a new order for them right now. You have two ways to get there. From the primary screen in AX, you can simply click on Add New Customer. Or if you're already in the sales order entry screen, over here on the right hand side, there's a button that says Enter New Customer. Either way, when you click on the button, it opens up a new screen that already embeds a new customer account number for you. And now you can simply start filling in fields, working from the upper left hand corner, going from top to bottom, and then going to the right side of the screen, and once again going from top to bottom. First, enter the customer name. The sales group field should automatically fill with your sales rep number, since you're the one who's creating this new account. The delivery mode should always default to UPSG, UPS ground, and you should leave it that way. If something needs to change, your customer account coordinator will fix it for you after the fact. So we move on to the customer class field by clicking on the drop-down arrow, where there are lots of choices, but generally speaking, you'll either choose collegiate or golf or resort. Having chosen a particular class, then you can go to customer type, and depending on what you chose, collegiate, resort, or golf, it will give you additional choices. And finally, the category, once again, depends on what you chose before, all of which simply gives you a chance to help Ouray drill down in our sales analysis later on. Notice that the account type defaults to invoice account. And unless there's a separate bill to and ship to for this new account, you should leave it that way. And we'll talk more about that in just a moment. Notice that because I chose golf as my customer class, the program pricing automatically filled in, but that won't always happen, and you shouldn't bother with it. If it's a resort account or a collegiate account, the various program pricing that's available to you usually should be left blank, because that program pricing is something you will apply to each order on a case-by-case basis. The same thing applies to royalty codes, CLC retailer code, and distribution channel. Generally speaking, you don't need to worry about those fields. Now let's jump right up here in the upper right hand corner and put in the address of our new account. Enter just the street address and then immediately go to the zip code field below, where if you type in a 5-digit zip code and then hit the enter key, our database of addresses from the United States Postal Service should automatically fill in the rest of the information for you. In most cases, you can leave this delivery contact field blank, but feel free to fill it in if in fact the customer gave you specific instructions. And now you're ready to click on the Add Contact Info button. When you do so, a new window opens up in which you can put in the name of the person that you're dealing with. And notice that the columns are adjustable. You can widen them to make sure that the information you're about to enter actually fits and you can read all of it. Go ahead and enter those three fields: contact, phone, and email. Once you've filled in the contact field, the phone field, and the email field, and of course proofread it to make sure you didn't make any mistakes, then simply click on the Save and Close button in the upper left-hand corner, and that window closes and returns you to the same point where you originated. At that point, all you have to do is click on the Save and Close button, and all that information is now in our database, ready for you to enter an order for that new customer. One thing to keep in mind: if in fact this were a separate bill to and ship to, then yes, you would start by creating the invoice account. Having done so, you would then save it and close it, and then start all over again, the exact same process, filling in each field, but then at this point, we would call it an order account, which activates the empty field below it, where you can attach an existing invoice account to that order. Having done so, this order account, which is the ship to, will automatically bill to the invoice account that you have chosen. And that's really all there is to it. Oh, except for the fact that if you totally screw up and need to start all over again, just click on the Cancel button right here in the lower right hand area, and everything you did disappears, so you can try all over again.